to be praised. Yeshua, a blessed be around.
Shalom. Here we go again. Here we go. Welcome to Mother Africa Be Calling. I'm your brother, Betsulel Yehuda Yisrael, also known as Eric. Yeah, we got another African country that had a coup. So this time it is the West African country Gabon. So yeah, this president, his name is of Gabon, Ali Bongo. And I want to, emphasize Ali Bongo's conduct towards his people. Ali Bongo is right now being held up in his mansion, and he is crying for help from his Western allies, crying for help. But yet he just basically, he and his family sucked the wealth out of that country. This country is rich in oil, and he used his position, and it looks like his father did the same thing, used his position as president to give the majority of the wealth of the country to France, right? And take his little portion out to make himself a billionaire, he and his family, while the citizens of the country, many of them are in poverty, and the country is not developed as it should be because of this type of behavior from one family that's been in power for many years, at least, I believe, over 40 years. So anyway, but he's being held up in his mansion after the military, military took control of the country, and he's crying, whining for help. So, just check this out. Take a look at him. Take a look at this guy, has the nerve to be crying for help. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Gabon's detained President Ali Bongo appeared in a video on Wednesday appealing for help from the international community.
Au nom du peuple gabonais.
That's after senior military officers announced earlier in the day that they had seized power and placed Bongo under house arrest.
I'm to send a message to all the friends that we have all over the world, to tell them to make noise, for the people here have arrested me.
However, on the streets of Gabon, there have been scenes of jubilation. Crowds lifted this senior officer in the air. He appears to be Brice Oligui Nguema, head of the Republican Guard, who was named late on Wednesday as leader of Gabon's transition. The coup was announced just minutes after Bongo was declared the winner of a presidential election.
Yeah, Ali Bongo, cry me a damn river. Cry me a damn river. Got a nerve to sit up there and whine and cry for help as if he's a victim when he's been victimizing his whole country, he and his family, for all those years, taking all the wealth from his own people and country while they suffer. And he and his family live on howling a hog, filthy enrichedness, and basically feeding the whole France with the wealth of his country. Let me read this wickedness to you. This right here, this is an article from ghpage.com. I believe it's a Ghana news source. Look, how overthrown Gabon President Ali Bongo accumulated $1 billion net worth. There he is right there, a bootlicker. Listen, Ali Bongo Ondimba, simply known as Ali Bongo or Ali Ben Bongo, was born in Alain Bernard Bongo on the 9th February 1959, and a Gabonese politician who was the third president of Gabon from 2009 to 2023. All right, let me read on. President Ali Bongo has been an ever-present figure in Gabonese lives since he took power in 2009 following his father's death Omar Bongo, who ruled the oil-rich nation for 42 years. So his father ruled the country for 42 years, and then it gets passed down to him like it's a family business. Listen, this article video deciphers the enigma surrounding Ali Bongo's net worth, delving into his career accomplishments in the financial alchemy that has led to his astounding fortune. Ali Bongo inherited his father's political position and commercial interests, which he used to accumulate an estimated $1 billion in personal wealth. Ali Bongo Ademba's wealth makes him one of the wealthiest individuals in Africa. Let me read on. I gotta get this to you. Listen, nonetheless, his prosperity has also generated controversy. He has been accused of mismanaging the nation's economy and using his position to elevate himself and his family. In addition, despite the fact that Gabon's oil reserves have enriched its rulers, many of whom are related by blood, the population's discontent with the country's inequality is increasing. For most people in Gabon, economic pain is rising along with prices. However, Gabon's hydrocarbon export revenue was $6 billion in 2022, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration. Listen, in quotes, it is an oil emirate run like a family property for almost 6 decades, said Thomas Burrell, an analyst in France who studies Africa. Bongo is one of Africa's richest heads of state, and his wealth is likely to be scrutinized even more now, along with that of his family. Investigators in the U.S. and France have looked into millions of assets in both countries. Listen to this. Documents have revealed that Ali Bongo has more than 24 luxury cars, some which he enjoys joyriding in the desert, while his population struggles with poor food supplies. Oh, it's more, y'all. Listen to this. Listen to this wickedness. Look at the cars. Look, 4 months after Ali assumed the presidency, subsequently leaked document showed that his office had purchased 29 luxury vehicles valued at $12.8 million via Swift Company. So it's 12.8, I believe, in American money, estimated at 14. You could get it calculated yourself on Google, but I think it was like somewhere 14.5 million, something like that, I believe. I could be wrong, but it's up there. It's higher than what you see, 12.8 million. And USD is, I believe, it's like 14.5 million in that price range. Here's the cars. Here it is, right? Look at this. Another one. The purchase included 2 Maybach, a 62S worth 426,680, and that's in France dollars. And I believe that would be somewhere around 460,000 in US dollars. Here's a Rolls Royce, Rolls Royce Phantom, 371,453 in France dollars, and in France money. And USD, it would probably be, you could add like 30 more thousand or 40,000 to that. He also had 2 Rolls Royce Ghosts, 227,994 in French currency. Look, let's move on. 4 years later, Jean-Fidel Attendant, the head of Gabon's public spending watchdog, said that half of the state's budget has simply vanished when investigating the lack of funds in the country. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Half of the state's budget has simply vanished under this man. He's crying. Make noise. Look at his cars. Listen to this. Government sources said that the president liked to take the high-speed vehicles out for joyrides in the desert while his bodyguards followed in tow. Okay, yeah, you get to show off, take the cars out in the desert and drive them fast and all that. Here he is right here with his family. Check out his wife. You know you're in trouble when you see that right there. His wife, now he's the president of a West African country, right? And he is a citizen of that country. And his wife is a French woman, right? So his interest is completely in France. It's French. Now look, you know all those beautiful African women that he had available to him. What did he do? He set his heart towards a French woman. Hey, check that out. So that tells you right then and there that when you see something like this, you gotta know that this person should not be a president of an African country. He should not be, the leader of these people. Why? Because his heart is not with them. Check this out. I'm gonna try to expand it for you. Look at that. Look at that. Come on now. Look at this. Now check this out. Let me read on it to show you how ridiculous this is. Look, check this out. Gabon's ousted President Ali Bongo once imported fake snow to the presidential palace so his family could have a snowy Christmas. Did you hear that? To impress his wife. Okay, she comes from a place where they have winters with snow. He's down in Africa, West Africa. You're not going to see no snow. So to make her feel at home, I'm sure, just to make her feel at home, look what he did. Imported fake snow to the presidential palace so his family could have a snowy Christmas. This is pathetic. Listen, in July 2015, Ali Bongo met with Lionel Messi after he invited the footballer to Gabon. During his visit, Messi was shamed for his style of clothing since many of the opposition believed that since he was rich, he had to wear something nice. Right? Check this out. Messi was reported to have been paid $3 million to appear Ali Bongo. So he paid this soccer player, I believe it's a soccer player, they call it football. Outside of the U.S. it's called football, but in the U.S. we call it soccer. I believe he's a soccer player. Ali Bongo paid this man $3 million just for his appearance, to be in his presence. Of course, it's from the citizens' money of Gabon. All right, listen. He got his mansions, 28 homes. Gabon's ousted president Ali Bongo and his family. 28. He had 28. He has 28 homes. Listen, look at all these homes all over Paris. Look at that. In Paris, France, taking all that money and giving it to France, right? Look, French judges discovered in an investigation in 2008 that Omar Bongo, his children, including Ali Bongo, purchased several assets in the most prestigious areas of Paris, the Daily Liberation reported on Thursday. Those were purchased with corrupt money from companies including Alf Total, the Daily said, citing judicial investigations. Let's go on. I mean, this guy right here, man, we're going to pour this out. The family's luxurious assets included a private hotel of 5,400 square meters, and that would be 58,125 square feet, in the neighborhood of ministries and embassies, other apartments, and other posh districts of Paris, and villas in Nice, a well-known touristic city in Mediterranean France. He's living large. Listen to this. The Daily added that the value of those assets was uncountable, but that a court order in 2022 estimated it to be around 85 million, approximately 92.4 million in US dollars. There have been 8 coups since 2020 across the African continent. Last month, the Niger military overthrew the democratically elected Mohamed Bazoum, many of which have been former French colonies. So I'm gonna stop right there because it's a little bit more here. But anyway, so this is what I'm talking about right here. Now this guy, he got a nerve to sit up and whine and cry, but it comes a time that he put his hand in it and put a stop to the foolishness. So let me run this down real quick. This right here, this is Jubilees. Jubilee, the 10th chapter, and I'm gonna link this in and show you where it is fitting for what's going on. Yeah, the book of Jubilees, chapter 10. Hey, I'm gonna paraphrase. I'm gonna sum this up. I'm just gonna paraphrase it, sum it up, just so because this is getting too long. Anyway, you can read it. Go back and read it for yourself. It's the book of Jubilees, chapter 10, verses 1 through 9. Will cover everything I'm gonna say. So Noah's sons were being led astray by these wicked spirits, and the spirits were destroying them even in the flesh. It was blinding them and slaying Noah's grandsons. So Noah's sons came to Noah, and they asked Noah to do something about it, and Noah then, being an upright man, went before Yah, asked Yah to put these wicked spirits in check and to stop them from destroying his grandsons. And he asked Yah to let his seed multiply, and stop these demons from destroying them. And so Yah went on and granted Noah his wish, right? But the chief of these wicked spirits, right, Mastema, came before Yah, and he asked Yah to not take away all of them, because Yah was going to have them bound, and so he asked Yah, please, he asked him, don't take away all of them, leave a tenth, otherwise I won't be able to do my assignment. He need them. They're like his workers to lead wicked men astray for their own destruction. So Mastema and these wicked spirits, they have a job. For men who are wicked, they lead, and up until this day, they lead them astray to their own destruction. And so Yah did grant this, the Mastema, the chief of the wicked spirit, he granted his wish. He left a tenth of them. So he left a tenth of them to do the job of carrying wicked men into their own destruction. Now let me link this. The men that are going into destruction and being led by wicked spirits, it would be these African leaders, these African presidents and kings that are basically the puppets for the West. They are like governors. They really are for the West, which is pure wickedness. Okay, the West has been wicked towards the African continent. So these leaders, they have all the power to put them in place. Yeah, these countries have elections and all that, but believe me, the West's hand is all in it. They get who they want in as the president time after time, as the presidents of these nations, and they get first dibs on all the resources, meaning that they control all the resources, suck all the wealth out of these countries, by leaving all the citizens of these African countries poor, while the European countries are rich, and these puppet presidents of these African Western countries are also getting rich as they steal all the resources from their people and give them to, the West, these countries like France, and then they keep a little for themselves, And so here's how this matches. These these African rulers or African presidents would be as if the grandsons of Noah that are being taken astray and being destroyed in their flesh, like Bongo. He's crying now because why? Those wicked spirits led him astray all these years, and they led him astray, and now he's suffering. He's crying out for help. But the wicked spirits led him astray because his heart was wicked and cruel towards his own people. While they suffer, his family live on a high horse and take care of France and make them rich, and his people suffer. So, now you say, well, how does the French and the European nations that are involved in this, where are they? Well, remember, they would fall into the place of the wicked spirits. they are that tenth that needs to remain to carry out the assignment to lead wicked men astray. So the spiritual world needs a body to carry out their assignments. So they're going to get theirs in the end. These ruling men, the ruler earth, these European men and these Western countries and everything. Oh yeah, what they're doing is they're doing their part in their wickedness, but they're gonna get theirs in the end because the judgment. They get theirs at the judgment, lake of fire. They're gonna get it. So so this is where it is. So the chief Mastema, he don't want all these wicked European rulers to be wiped out. He need them. He need them. Satan need them to carry out his will, and that is to lead wicked men into their own destruction, right? And so that's where we are with this. That's how I link this. Now, we, the ancestral diaspora, those who are the descendants of the kidnapped ones that were taken in the transatlantic slave trade, all this matters to us. You may think it doesn't, but it does, because the same wicked spirit of superiority, the same racist, spirit is the same spirit that has oppressed us and continue to oppress us. So when these young African leaders are raising up and pulling off these coups and taking over the country, we pray that they stay upright and they do right by the people, and let the wicked West fall. And that's because they injure us as well. Even though we are scattered, this is the same spirit. We suffer the same fate. So now that Yah is putting them down, let them fall. And we got to pray for these young African rulers. Pray that they turn to Yah and they do right, and they do right by their people. So I'm gonna end right there. I just want to say before I end, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It's real easy. It's free to do. Please just hit that like button. Show your brother some love. Hit that like button. We want this channel to grow. Shalom.